ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. I have had the worst, weirdest luck. I'm a healthy person, but twice now I've gotten some kind of stomach virus. Once was last year when I ate a bunch of oysters and I got norovirus, even though my family didn't. So that was cool. And then this year, similar thing where like it feels like someone's reaching in. I don't want to use the word cramp because people are like, you think you're period? Are you a woman capable of any experience other than having a baby? Period. It was definitely not that. It feels like someone's grabbing your intestines and squeezing them and then letting them go. And both times, it happened the other week, it was for like a full night and a day. And I asked my doctor, she's like, it sounds like you have something called adenovirus, which is like a stomach buggy kind of thing. Neither time did I get the sweet, sweet relief of vomit or diarrhea. I get this like weird side effect where like my body gets sick and it's like, let's hold on.
It's just,
And
remember
what?
remember when you weren't in California, you were somewhere else and you like pooped a balloon?
Yeah.
Is this that?
That was on the other end of that. And I went to see a gastroenterologist. It freaked me the fuck out because, you're like, oh my God, is it colon cancer? Do I have stomach cancer? And I'm like reading, looking for all the symptoms because those are like quiet killers.
Yeah.
And I know you're supposed to eat more fiber. When I tell you, I know this is like not a great way to start a podcast, but I do think when it comes to like digestional issues, women are like, ooh, I can't wait to share.
Clarify, Iliza, since so many of your listeners are nurses, you don't need medical advice or you do want medical advice?
I don't know. I mean, I may not read it. I'm just saying, like, I have a doctor.
Okay.
And she was like, here, try Miralax, try this. In 24 hours, I drank like coffee, olive oil, Miralax, chia seeds, fiber powder. Like I was like, load it up. I worked out. I did like a heavy ab workout. And then the weirdest thing, I'm just going to share this because I was like starting to freak out because it was like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And I hadn't done anything differently, like whatever. I was writing this like emotional scene and I teared up while I was writing it. And I felt that emotion like go through my body, like the tears and like the sadness for this fictional thing. 5 minutes later, I had to go to the bathroom. And I wonder if it is just like a generalized anxiety about stuff or like a release, like you need like a spiritual release. I just wonder. I just wonder.
Part of it is definitely cyclical of that, like once you're thinking about it and you're like, it's not happening. It's not, you probably are more anxious. So maybe like the tears opened something, but that's.
My cloaca was wide open.
Have you ever cried really hard and then your palm hurts?
No, what's that?
That happens to me sometimes, and I feel like I've Googled it, and other people, it happens to them too. Like if you're really crying, like there's like a pain like in the middle of my hand. Your tears are connected to your butthole.
Your tears are connected to your butthole. Anyway, and it was like I don't know why I'm sharing this, but it was just scary because you start to be like, what is wrong? Like I'm not eating weird or whatever. Like, and what's also weird is that I totally thought it was food poisoning. But since it wasn't, I went back to the same restaurant 2 times in a week where like I thought I got sick. I'm a big believer. Here's what I think. I think sometimes your body's a little bitch and I think your brain takes over. And I'm a big believer of like the only way out is through. So at this sign, like if I have a cold that I'm starting to get better, I don't believe in nursing it further. I believe go right back to normal. I think like you just treat yourself like you're fine. Otherwise your body would be like, oh, I am sick. Maybe I should take longer. You are going to recover. If your cold is going away, it's going away. So you can just business as usual. I had that coffee. I also think for someone who loves coffee as much as I do, I have my coffee series. I am always taking pictures of coffee. I actually cannot have more than 1 cup. I think it makes me a bad wife, mother, partner, artist, friend. Like it makes me, it's kind of like, I'd rather have self-induced anxiety than experience the world. Like for the longest time, I would drink Red Bull and then do my act because it like puts you in like a whirling dervish. Sometimes I do it anyway. It's almost like people take anti-anxiety medication. Like one of my friends is like, I can't believe you're just in the world feeling stuff. Like I have to be medicated. And I'm like, yeah, you got to feel your feelings. But now I'm like, if I have a cup and a half of coffee, I'm like wired and weird, but it's a weird that I'm familiar with. Like how you'd rather drink than do like drugs because you're like, I know what drinking feels like versus smoking weed. Like I can control that. It's more familiar. But I think it's really bad for me and I think it's ruining my quality of life.
Have you tried to be someone that gets into like a tea or something just so you have that fun drink, but no caffeine?
It's fun you say that. I looked up, I found something, it's awful. Date coffee, it's just date seeds. Someone in Saudi Arabia 5,000 years ago was probably like, you can kind of drink these. And I had a cup today. So you get the same ritual, but I already had the coffee. So I have the cup of coffee. And then the truth is after noon, like past noon, I don't really ever want to drink coffee, but sometimes you're just like at your desk. You're like, yeah, I could go for a second cup. This feels so good. It's like alcohol. Did you ever see Another Round, that Mads Mikkelsen movie?
No, but I know it.
The idea in that movie was there's like these like guys in like their late 50s. They were like, let's find the perfect amount of alcohol and drugs that keeps us like at a stasis, but you can't. And so he was always like, we need to take it higher. And then you're just an alcoholic.
Doesn't he do a little dance?
Yeah. That's how the coffee, I think one of the friends dies. That's how the coffee is. You feel so good. You're like, just like alcohol, you're like, I want to keep this going. And then the second it's too much, you're like, oh no. Because my body knows. I can do a cup. If I'm on my period, like the one day that it's bad, I can have more than one cup. My body's like, all right, let him in. The border's open. Go, go, go. But a cup and a half of coffee, my body's like, now you're weird. Now you're weird. I can't do it. I can't do a big coffee. If I chug it all in one sitting, you can get a little bit more in there, but your body knows. My body knows.
Yeah. It's hard to replace that ritual. It's a nice little thing.
And just be kind of boring and be someone who's into like fairy literature, but I just don't. Tea is for at night.
Tea is for at night. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just think of tea as like sleepy time tea. Take it. You're sick. You're unwell. Take some tea.
I have actually, I'm gonna write down. I'm doing my new material show tonight, and I had a joke forever that I never did about how like nothing shuts the energy of a night down more than someone having a tea. Like if you're on a date with a girl, she's like, I'll just have a mint tea. Like you're not fucking. No one ever went on to have amazing sex after you had like a hibiscus cooler.
No. No. And how are you liking doing the show at the Hotel Cafe? I used to love that venue.
It's a great venue. They are moving.
Oh.
And I was talking to the woman who manages it, and I was like, what did I say? I was like, I'm so sorry you guys are going out of business. She's like, we're not going out of business. We're moving venues. I was like, okay, totally fair. It's nice. It's nice to have a place to work out and just the audience knows that you can't expect. I mean, I'm a naturally funny person. I'm sure I'll get canceled for saying that.
That's so very true, though. You are.
I think it's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's nice. It's nice to have a place to mess around.
That's fun.
Talk. I might incorporate like a suggest something from the audience kind of improv thing.
Oh.
Who fucking knows? What I do know. Huh? How are you? Am I supposed to ask that?
Good. I'm excited because I have a top of the cup you're going to be perplexed by. I just come to the room ready to upset you just a little bit because I know you just want better for me. It's animal related.
It's going to be about your cat's
find out. It's not about my cats. No, but probably one of them does have bad teeth. You want to answer some questions?
I do. Okay. I want to get away from you. I don't want to answer questions.
Okay. Hello, Iliza, Emily, Hot Scotty, and the newest edition, Glenn Millie. This is my 4th time listening through the podcast, and I just love hearing how much it's grown and knowing just how long I've had y'all in my life for.
Aww.
Listened all the way through 4 times. That's over 1,000 hours.
2 times speed, regular speed.
I don't know if your work is ever something that you can listen to at 2 times speed. Between me and you, they're like going 2 times, they're going half, they're going, they're trying to.
Maybe she had a cup of coffee and a half and she needs it.
I'm 24 female, a PhD student, of course, in statistics, and have a bridesmaid question. Shocking, I know. I'm a bridesmaid for one of my close college friends, Laura, and I'm partially in charge of planning her bachelorette party. If I hadn't moved from Florida, where we're all from, to Virginia for grad school, she would have had me as maid of honor. But I'm just not able to be physically present for all the things, so that's why I'm more involved with the planning, but don't necessarily have the title. Very valuable title.
Yeah.
I need
Put it on a business
ideas and inspiration on what to do for the bachelorette party. The bachelorette will be on the Saturday before the wedding, which is on a Tuesday at the beginning of June.
Well, you can't go too hard. You're going to be hungover and gross.
Yeah.
You need more time to depuff.
I just can't come up with creative ideas. The bride doesn't drink a ton, so bar hopping is out of the question. The maid of honor doesn't drink at all. And the only other bridesmaid is Laura's future sister-in-law, who she only met a couple times and was included in the bridal party, so she would hopefully be more supportive of the marriage.
Sounds lame.
What I can do that is cheap. Laura and I are both in grad school. Victoria is just now graduating college, and I have no clue about the sister's financial situation. Oh, what can I do? But it's still fun and is a good icebreaker because most of the bridal party doesn't know each other that well. Laura's given me the task of being the life of the party. She loves
There's
art.
4 of you.
I know.
Loves art.
She loves art. She works part-time as an art teacher, is generally more soft-spoken, but I know she wants to have fun, let loose, and feel celebrated. I'm drawing a blank on any activities to do that aren't centered around alcohol or just sitting down for dinner. This is my first time being a bridesmaid, so I'm completely out of my depth on what people do that isn't one of those Instagram-worthy vacations. Saving up right now so I can see you when you go on another tour. Miranda.
Save it up. Listen, Miranda, it's funny you said art because my first thought was like, what about like one of those sip and paint classes? These girls seem lame. And it's like, it's not like you have to like get drunk to have fun, but it's like the bachelorette parties are geared toward that type of activity. You could, but you're also saying you don't have a lot of money, because my other thought is go the opposite way and do a spa day and get her like a sound bath or a Reiki healing or something like that. Go to like a Korean spa, a head spa, like something different that will contribute to her overall well-being for the wedding. The other thought I had is one of those smash rooms where you can just break plates and stuff.
Yeah, I think that, or like, yeah, that's fun because there's just 4 of you, so you can do something a little more like where you take turns or whatever.
Yeah. Or you could take mushrooms and go do art. That would be a lot of fun. You could also do a really girly, like charcuterie girl dinner picnic somewhere beautiful. You could go on a hike if you really hate each other.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that trend where couples paint each other? And it's always like one's really bad and one's right, and then they show each other at the end. Like, you could all do a painting. You don't have
did that.
to. Well,
I did that with.
You did that with Matt Rife.
Matt Rife,
yeah,
who's awful, and then Mark
Wahlberg
drew me up there. It's always awful. Don't do it with a man.
No, the man is always way worse than the woman. Always, it's like, oh, are you a professional painter?
There was this thing on Shark Tank where it was like this group that will plan your proposal for you. Like, they'll get the permits, they'll set up the balloons if you are an idiot, and they'll set up like the flowers and make a whole thing. You just have to show up. And I'm just like, where are we in the world where you need to spend $30,000 to like clear off a cliff so that you can propose to your like 5 out of 10 girlfriend?
I think you're right. Like, there's an activity. We want to do an activity as an icebreaker, so you don't just want to eat dinner. So I think, yeah, smash room, something where you do it and then you can talk after at a dinner.
I feel bad for the bride. This feels like everybody's kind of lame, and like that sister-in-law or whatever is like, I'm inviting you so you'll be like into the wedding. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Go to a male strip club. No one has to drink. Usually if it's full nudity, there's no alcohol. That's your night. Trauma bond together.
Find a full nudity one. There's a place in Atlanta I just went for the first time that's called the Distillery of Modern Art. And it's literally art and drinks. So I don't know if they have anything.
I thought you were going to say a strip club, Emily.
I just went to a strip club called the Distillery. No. Did you ever go to the Claremont Lounge when you were here? People always talking about it. I don't think it's a thing anymore.
I've never been there. When we were shooting... Oh God!
Instant Family?
I forgot Instant Family. I went with one of the actors. I ended up with him at like a strip club, but we were there like too early, and I just ended up having like a conversation about feminism with some like 21-year-old stripper. It's just like not like, it's extraordinary what they do. Like, I just don't care, and I know that like it's an institution, whatever. Like, do it. Like,
yeah.
I'm past the age where I have to act like being in a strip club is like fun. We used to go to Jumbo's Clown Room every once in a while. I wrote a whole bit about it with my dad, but I just don't care anymore.
No.
I would go to Magic City just for the spectacle of it, but I would need to go with a rapper making it rain. You heard me, children.
Well, and you love a Magic Mike show. You know, there's like...
Yo, that's what it is. If your girls have a little money, go see Magic Mike. Yeah.
And
next question.
Honestly,
my answer...
Thunder from Down Under tours. See if they're coming to your area.
Go see that with these ladies who sound like the biggest wet blankets. Honestly, I would save your money and just do like a fun spa day with you and the bride. These women sound lame.
It's hard when the description is they don't drink, because I don't drink a lot, but I would be aghast if that was someone's description of me. I'd be like, oh, you know,
or a drink. I don't like the one that's like she's including her so she approves. Like, who the fuck are you?
She already hates it here.
Leave her off the bus manifest so she can't get on. All right.
Hi, all. I have an awkward mental health and friendship question. I am Francine, bisexual 35-year-old woman married to Stan, 40-year-old heterosexual man. Do you know what these names are from? It's not a deep cut, but kind of a deep cut.
Stan and Francine? Or are they from American
Steve
Dad?
and Haley. Yeah, American Dad.
Oh, I knew it. I hate that show.
It's just so funny to do that and not like Peter and Lois. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so Francine and Stan have a 1.5-year-old son named Steve. You don't. Yeah, Steve. Okay. I go to an indoor playground every weekend where I meet other parents, and I really feel like I hit it off in the friendship sense with another woman named Haley. I have always been slow to make adult female friends after accepting my sexuality in adulthood, and the female friends I have are neighbors, so they're mutual friends with my husband as well. I first met Haley at this playground like 6 months ago and would see her there with her 2-year-old son and with her husband sometimes, but I've not asked for her number all this time because I don't even know why. We haven't seen each other in a month, but a lot has happened since the last time we did. She moved. I had an early pregnancy loss. This past weekend, we were a, quote, misconnection at the playground. She went in the morning. I went in the afternoon. When I arrived, the owner told me that Haley asked about Steve and Francine, so I told the owner she could give my phone number to Haley if she saw her again. Here is the thing. The owner told me Haley's full name, and I remembered that Haley had told me she is a therapist, so I looked her up, and she is expensive. Now I'm at a bit of a crossroads. Like, we met up as friends, but she'd probably be a great therapist for me too. No. So now do I reach out to her? If I do, would it be because I went to her website, not because she gave me her number? How do I even navigate friendship and talking casually about life events and frustrations
what is happening here?
Like I'm taking advantage of her? Please help.
What? First of all, she's expensive. So let's move on. Second of all, it's interesting that you said is expensive. I guess I don't know why you included that detail, but so you're saying she's a good therapist.
Maybe. I thought it was going to be, I thought that that conversation was going to be, she's really expensive. Like, she must make a lot. Like, what are we going to talk about? But no, she can't be your therapist.
She can't be your therapist. But because she is a therapist, first of all, I don't know why you think she would be a great therapist. Because she listened to you as a friend. She might be. I think if you are in the market for a therapist, you should tell her, and she will refer you to a colleague.
Yeah.
I think there's something going on here with your like bisexuality and like your unwillingness to befriend women. Like, you can be friends with women. A normal woman's not going to think that you're like trying to sleep with her. If you are, that's, I guess, a whole other thing. One of the cool things about being a mom is that we set up play dates, no problem. Like, I made a play date with Sierra and a girl we met on the plane when she was like 18 months old. And the mom like came over and I was like, I guess I don't even know your name. Like, you just do it. Sierra has people over who live on the block and I don't even know the parents. Like, it's just the nannies kind of get together, or it's just whatever. It's not weird to exchange information. You've exchanged information. I think you want to be friends with her. I think maybe you're attracted to her. So you're going to have to suss that out. But she's not your therapist.
No.
And she can't be because you've already been friendly. It's weird.
I think you need to kind of cut that part of her from your mind, because it seems like you wanted a friend. Then you saw she was a therapist. She's like, and you're like, oh, she moved. I had a miscarriage. Like, I can talk to her about these things. No, like, you need to come at her for a more casual friendship if you want a friendship.
And I think you can also be transparent and be like, I do need a therapist. So like once you're friendly, be like, I never want to dump on you. And she as a therapist will be like, I will let you know if what you're saying is too much, or say nothing and just like get some free friend advice. But like, don't become friends with her hoping she'll be your therapist.
What are you looking for? Date,
What are you
friend,
looking for?
Therapist. If it's anything but
think you're
friend,
attracted to
don't
her.
talk to.
No, you're attracted to her. That's why you're doing all these mental hurdles. You're trying to figure it out. And that's okay to think she's pretty, but she's not going to fuck you unless she's also bi.
You're both married.
You're both married. So let's just move on.
But you can reach out to her to be your friend.
Yeah, that's fine. And then you might hang out with her a couple times and be like, I actually don't like this person. She would have been a great therapist and I don't like her as a friend. And which then just stop being friends with her. There's 4 billion people on this planet.
Hello, Eliza, Emily, Hot Scotty number 1 and 2, and all the babies, human and fur. Starting with some backstory. I have 2 friends. We'll call them Cassie and Chloe. They were both in my wedding about 5 years ago. Cassie was my maid of honor. This detail is important later. Not too long after the wedding, Chloe and I started having a falling out. Not for any particular reason. She just started being nasty to me. That feels like a particular reason. The only thing that I can think of is that as I was getting married, she was going through a really nasty divorce. So one of the happiest times in my life was one of the worst times in hers. Anytime we were in the same room, she would be extremely passive aggressive for absolutely no reason. One of the last times we hung out, I told both of them I was taking my birth control out and we were just going to see what happened. Chloe immediately snapped back and said, I thought you didn't want kids. I never said that, but I did always say I was okay if I didn't have them because I have a lot of girly issues and I didn't know if having kids was even a possibility. For context, the only reason that Chloe married her husband was because she got pregnant unexpectedly when she always said she never wanted kids. After a couple more times of hanging out with the 3 of us, I told Cassie, I love you, but I will not be hanging out with Chloe anymore. I'm not going to put myself in a situation to be treated like that when I've done nothing wrong. Fast forward to now. Cassie asked me to be one of her bridesmaids. When I asked her who her maid of honor was or she's going to have one,
Chloe, of course.
She told me, I've been leaning towards Chloe because I know you're really busy being a new mom and house hunting, and Chloe's kid is a little bit older and she only has him half the time. I didn't want to add anything to your plate. I told her it would absolutely not be a burden, and if she decides to have me as maid of honor, I would love that. A couple days later, there's a group chat with all the bridesmaids. I find out that Chloe is in fact maid of honor and has been the entire time. I'm more upset that Cassie didn't feel like she could just tell me than I am the fact that I'm not the maid of honor. I'm a little shocked considering I'm basically the one that got my friend and her fiance together, and Chloe from the very beginning was nothing but negative and nasty about my friend's fiance. It should be said that the fiance is a wonderful man and deserved none of the awful things that Chloe had to say about him. How can I get through this wedding and not let Chloe's bitchy behavior get to me, especially when the one person I would vent to, I don't want to stress out? I'm a big girl. I won't blow up. I won't say anything to Cassie. My major concern is the bachelorette party. We're staying in an Airbnb for 2 days. It's in the city we live. Don't even get me started how much of a waste of money I think that is.
Jesus.
So worst case scenario, if
Okay.
she's horrible, I'll just leave, but I don't want to do that to Cassie. I'm friends with the majority of the bridesmaids, so it's not like I'm on an island alone. Unfortunately, Chloe is one of those people who has a big personality and can be the life of the party, so everybody loves her when it's just surface level. She's mastered the art of passive aggression, so nobody will even notice her nasty comments to me except maybe Cassie. But Cassie doesn't like confrontation, so I know she won't say anything to Chloe if she starts acting poorly. Do you have any coping mechanisms for how to get through the next basically year with her? Anonymous.
First of all, you need to let go of the fact that Cassie asked Chloe and didn't tell you first. Okay? Because that will just feed the drama. Then I'll be like, see, I told you she's going to be dramatic about it. There's a little bit of resentment there that you have a baby and that you're buying a house. Like there's a little bit of like, well, you're busy with all the things that we wouldn't want to bother you. Whether that's your friend's thought or Chloe like poisoned her ear, either way. It doesn't matter. And the truth is there's nothing in what you're saying to us where you're like, I really wanted to do it. I'm dying to do it. She didn't let me. So you just wanted to be asked. But the truth is you are busy. And the truth is you don't need more of a reason to be around Chloe. You can celebrate your friend, Cassie, in so many ways, just the 2 of you. The one thing you can do to help her now is grin and bear it, okay? You don't, because you're not the maid of honor, you do not have to participate in the bulk of these things. And really all that should be asked is that you do the bachelorette party and maybe something at like a rehearsal dinner or something. But there's not a lot for you to do other than to be friends with your friend and steer clear of Chloe. We get asked, and I don't like people like Chloe, and we get asked about people like this all the time. Chloe's unhappy and she's insecure, and you make her feel insecure. You show up and you be above it. You say hi, like super nice to her. And when she says something passive aggressive, you can be like, if you need to say that, or you could just completely ignore it, just knowing that she's like a hurt child. Because what happens is, let's say you're all at the bachelorette party and she says something, I thought you were trying to lose weight, whatever it is. If you bring it up, because everybody knows her bullshit, if you decide to go to the mat, then it becomes this contentious thing that you started. Because then it's like she fired a shot, but it's this weird thing where it's not the person who fired the shot, it's the person who calls it out. Then it looks like you're the one starting something because not everyone heard what she said. Unless something needs to be said, like unless she is coming for you directly about something really personal to you, I would just reframe her in your mind as someone who's like desperate and needs attention and says negative things because she's jealous. And I would just deflect and just talk to other people. And I bet you it won't be so bad. You could also fully blindside her. And before the thing, be like, hey, it's going to be so fun. Let me know if you need any help, if you need to pick anything up. Like if you're extra nice, I wonder if she'll be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, sure. She's probably jealous of your friendship with Cassie because that happens. But you don't need to spend your time, especially as a new mom, worrying about what this like miserable person thinks. Just reframe her in your mind as like a really upset child.
I think also people will know. You're saying other people won't notice if she's being passive aggressive. If she's nasty, they'll notice, but it's just not worth messing with. This isn't like the other bachelor party that's 4 people. It sounds like there's a lot of you. Just don't be stuck with her. Let other people enjoy her shenanigans. You know who she is.
God, I'm so good at ignoring people just from years of comedy. Like I'm so good at just not hearing it. Like I would just act like you don't hear this girl ever. And if she's in a room and there's 3 women in the other room, you go in the other room. Like it's a little bit of an exhausting game of triangulation, but it is worth it to just not have to be around her.
Yeah.
Like you have like Chloe sonar. So you just like, if she's over there, so I'll be over here. And you could just keep it super surface. She asks you a question. Yeah, love it. And then kind of walk away. That way she's the one that's going to be like, hey, are you acting weird? You could be like, you can gaslight her, be like, I've literally done nothing. I showed up. You asked me to bring cheese. I brought it. Are you upset about something? You can beat her at her own game. 2 can be aloof and annoying.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like she's aloof, but you will also having to be around her less, like go in the other room, take up a conversation with someone else, then you have less just of her and you'll feel better. And then after the wedding, and maybe you guys end up having a nice chat or whatever. But I think if you let go of the fact that your friend asked her and just know that you have everything that she wants.
She's
That's
unhappy.
Why she doesn't like you. We've all been there. We've all been you and we've all been her. We've all been the girl that's like not as nice because you're a little jealous and you don't mean to be.
Yeah.
She sounds like a bitch. You have too much going on. A new baby and you're looking for a house and you have a friendship. Like you're fine. You know the other women, you're fine. Steer clear.
Steer clear.
Or go to the mat and push it to the limit. Last one standing gets the bride.
Okay, we have a question about twins and a potentially murderous name.
What?
Hello, Iliza and Emily. My husband and I are expecting identical twin boys in July/August. We are so surprised and are very excited. Twins do not run in either of our families.
They better be identical.
I know, yeah.
I'm expecting it. They better fucking look alike.
Better. Mark one with a marker. My question for Iliza as a mother and Emily as a twin is...
Oh, yeah. I forgot about your...
I'm not identical, though. What advice do you have for fostering a healthy sibling relationship? My brother is 7 years older and resented me my whole life. My husband has half siblings who, after a disastrous attempt to connect during Thanksgiving 2023, are no longer a part of our lives. I'm also nervous because I know 3 sets of twins, all of whom have very negative relationships with each other. I'm sure as a mom, there's only so much I can do, but any words of wisdom or reassuring stories about your own experience would be greatly appreciated. Now, Iliza, we have a second question that's part of this. We both love the name Hannibal for a boy, like Hannibal the Conqueror or the comedian Hannibal Buress. However,
do you love Hannibal Buress that much?
Right. We're also big fans of Silence of the Lambs, so we're not oblivious to the negative connotations. Was Hannibal the Conqueror
Who's a big
good
fan
guy?
Of Silence of the Lambs? Like what?
I am. It's coming back to theaters in April and I'm going, but I wouldn't name my child Hannibal.
That's hilarious. You're like, I already got the popcorn, 2 for $1 Pepsi. But also you're having twins, so like one gets the name you're obsessed with and the other one's just Rick.
One's Rick.
One's Clarice.
If we name one of our sons Hannibal, are we setting him up to be bullied for the rest of his life? Yes. Thank you so much for your advice. Iliza, I've been a fan since before I got to see you live at USC when I was in college and now twice in DC. Emily, I love how much you love your cats. Our 2 cats are not prepared for the arrival of 2 new humans. LOL. Love from Washington, DC. Sam.
Okay, listen. The cats don't know what's going on. Name the cat Hannibal. Name them both Hannibal.
Why
they
don't you
care.
name your cats Hannibal?
Do not name your kid Hannibal. Like, just don't.
No.
Because everybody's going to think of the guy who eats people's faces.
Or a
brains.
conqueror, which also I don't think of as like good.
People are too stupid to know anything about history. Don't do that. Like, we love the name Ted Bundy, but I don't know. Why do you love that name?
So
it sounds like
funny.
animal. And then he's going to go by Hannah or Hanny or Handjob. They're going to call him Handjob. Hannibal. Don't do it. And hopefully I've ruined it for
Hannibal
you.
the mandible. No. Okay. So siblings.
I picked this question. I said yes to this question in the document because my answer is so simple.
Yeah.
All you can do is your best. Like, the more I get to know my kids, the more you realize that they do come out like pretty much ready to go. Like, there's the nature versus nurture, but that's why you get twins all the time that are fraternal and not at all alike. You can have 2 kids raised the exact same way. One feels left out, one feels loved. You can try to get them to do stuff. Like, they're just going to do what they do. All you can do is your best. That's honestly my answer. Like, my brother and I fought a lot. My cousin, they're a boy and a girl. Like, they are very sweet to each other. Both loving homes. Like, I'm sure Hannibal had 2 loving parents or not. You don't. Like, I'm just saying, don't beat yourself up over it because they're going to do what they're going to do. My kids, 1 minute, my daughter's like parsing out blueberries and calling him sweet man and helping him. And then the next minute he's like knocking over her castle and she's screaming. Like, this is what they do.
Well, okay. From the perspective of a twin, what I can say you can do, just give them their own time. It's really hard when you share birthdays, you share graduations, you share everything important happening for you. You're driving to everything is happening. You never have a moment that's yours. Let them explore separate activities. Just where you can, give them time by themselves. Don't treat them as a unit. Like, it's just, it's hard.
That's really good advice. That's really good advice.
It's a twin. It's hard for us.
Suck. I don't like it.
It's not fun.
Much.
No.
Double.
And then when you both go to college at the same time and the government's like, well, based on your FAFSAs, your parents make enough to send you to college. It's like, well, you're not taking into consideration a second person is also going to college right now. Like, that's not part of what they consider.
See, it's a whole can of worms. And you name them both Hannibal.
Hannibal 1 and Hannibal 2.
Thing 1 and thing 2. Oh.
Hi, Iliza.
Thank you for being a fan. Sorry, we just don't like the name Hannibal.
I know. We're sorry. It's such a good cat name, though. If somebody said their cats were named Hannibal and Clarice, I'd be so delighted by that.
Yeah.
Hi, Iliza and Emily and the whole podcast family. I love the podcast and I listen to it with my toddler as I have his whole life. Iliza, I saw you in person when you came to Sydney last year and it was amazing. I regularly rewatch your specials. I'm also Jewish and I appreciate your support.
I love it.
This is from an Aussie, by the way. I'm a pediatric nurse in Sydney. I've been a nurse for 10 years. I work in a department where all my coworkers are lovely except for one nurse. She's 60, and if she's in a bad mood, she will come on shift and say, I am grumpy, sucks to be you guys, and then she will be horrible all shift. That's kind of funny.
She's like Chloe, like a grown-up Chloe.
60-year-old Chloe. She'll recheck my work and put me down. I've gone to my boss about this. My boss says, you're fine and doing well. That's just how that nurse is. Just ignore it.
Right. Thank God your boss said that. We never get that feedback from the boss. So that's good. At least you know it's not you.
But it's also like, go discipline her. Okay. But I can't. My work days are either good or bad depending on how this nurse acts. I have a second job at a medical center. I work with general practitioners, which I was thinking of increasing my hours there and reducing them at the hospital. The issue is the hospital pays more and has benefits such as annual leave, sick leave. The medical center pays me $5 an hour less, and I have no benefits.
Probably because one's private, one's public.
Sounds like
Maybe
it.
not. Maybe it's different. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Working mom, I'm trying for another baby, so the benefits given to me by the hospital add up. I'm not sure what to do. I'm so stressed and anxious going to the hospital. I really like the other aspects of the job, but this coworker really gets under my skin. Would love to hear you and Emily's thoughts. Love an Aussie nurse.
Befriend the dragon.
100%.
You have to recontextualize this person. If she is self-aware enough to be like, oh, I'm in a bad mood today, so watch out. Because that's a funny thing to say. If you're actually angry, you're not saying that. Like, she's got some sense of humor there. I'm sorry. You can be like, everyone watch out. You know, Cassandra's in a bad mood. And then you can go from there. Be like, oh, should I just leave this meat at your door? Like, you don't have to think of funny things to say, but that is a childish, completely inappropriate, unprofessional thing to announce. So I suggest you treat her the same way. Again, steer clear. The good news is you're doing a great job and you don't like her vibe, but I think if you take the wind out of it,
yeah,
the next time she says it, you can be like, everyone keep your hands and arms inside the ride. She will bite, you know? Or just be like, is there anything I can do to make it better? Like, kind of flipping it on her so that she sees how awful she's being. I think if you say something back, it will give you a little bit more power versus just cowering like, oh no, she's in a bad mood. Now what?
And 100% it works as a woman to befriend an older woman. Like in this situation, if you befriend her, it can turn the tables. I've done it many times with people that were angry at my presence. Like you just have to win her over. And honestly, like, make a bingo card of it for yourself. Like, oh, she said she's grumpy. Then she did this. I as someone who's very affected by everything everyone else does, I get it. You cannot let her ruin these benefits and higher pay.
You cannot let her ruin your money. Okay. You also went to nursing school. You are also entitled to a job that you love to do. And her doing that is her way of asserting dominance and being like, this is my hospital. I'm in charge. She probably doesn't have a lot else going on. And this is like her MO, probably because she's scared, because we don't treat people, maybe in your society, like we're not that kind to people who are older, and she sees younger nurses coming in. You don't have to suck up. You bring cookies in and you're like, Betty, come on over here. Come get one. You were having a bad day yesterday. Are you feeling better? I know that that's like a very like saccharine way to be, but like kind of meeting it with like, I'm not going to let you do this. And if you're having a bad day, like, do you need to go take a minute?
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of steamrolling it with kindness. That way it's kind of like letting an animal come to you. Like, there you go. There you go. No, I brought you a Frappuccino. See?
Right.
You can't be mad at me, Betty. I brought you coffee. Why are you mad? I would do that all the time. Someone like that, I'd just be like, why are you yelling at me? I brought you a cookie. Especially since you know you're doing your job well.
Yeah.
She doesn't get to intimidate you. Mm-hmm. You're going to let this woman's like weird shift through menopause, or she's probably on the other side of it, like weird hormonal shift, be the reason you make less money and are nervous to come to work? Fuck that.
Yeah.
And fuck her.
But I don't.
No.
Okay, Eliza, a question that only you can answer. Tell us about that chain necklace you always wear. It's gorgeous, and I've been on the hunt for one similar, but can't find one to my liking. If you don't mind, thank you. So polite on the Patreon. Give them what they want.
I'm going to give you what you want. I've answered this before. I'm happy to tell you. I bought it at a pawn shop in Hamtramck, Detroit.
Hamtramck.
A place that has this incredible, I don't know if it's still open, restaurant called Polish Village Tavern, but this is before the city of Hamtramck, I think, made it illegal to fly gay flags.
Oh.
Well, we don't have to get into
Hamtramck.
The politics that are, hey, don't Google Dearborn, Michigan. Okay. But I bought it at it was a pawn shop, and I remember they were Middle Eastern because the clasp on the necklace is like distinctly foreign. Like it's crafted. Like you don't see necklaces with that kind of clasp. I think they were Persian. They were really nice. They recognized me. I did not get a deal. And I bought one for my tour manager. And it's just gold and it's just like a little bit heavier than a normal necklace. So I always feel kind of cool wearing it. But that's it. Pawn shop in Detroit. And then I ate like a lot of pierogies. Okay.
Dear Eliza and Emily, this is half an update and half a question. I wrote in about how my sister decided to have her baby shower on Christmas Day when I was not going to be able to attend. This was a while ago.
Does that?
I believe if I'm remembering the correct question, she had included like the invite and it was not good. It was stupid. She then proceeded to steal Easter for the baptism of this child, Mother's Day because she upset my aunt, even though I reached out to her and my mom and wanted to take them both out to dinner months in advance. She conveniently forgot and planned a different event. And 4th of July because her oldest son's birthday is the 4th. I know that we knew this was going to happen and we are not surprised.
She's just like holding kids in her vagina, like waiting for the time.
Waiting for a holiday.
Christmas, go. Yeah.
Fast forward, my sister is becoming some weird echo chamber of Christian TikTok that is also anti-vax, anti-sugar, and anti-food dye, and anti-fun, but that's my addition.
Anti-sugar and anti-food dye, I get. It's that weird convergence of liberal and conservative where you're like, do we have the same values? Nope.
Yeah, okay. Like the woo-woo concern. It's like, what? This used to be hippie
we both don't
thoughts.
Trust the government.
Yeah, for different reasons. I was her maid of honor at her wedding and was forced to give a speech. She asked to approve it. I didn't, and it was Eliza comedy inspired. I hope she just did wrap her vag.
To approve it?
This is very funny.
Okay.
My partner and I just got engaged February 1st. We're still figuring out the details and what we can afford. The guest list is done because we're expecting that none of our coworkers will be able to go. Zookeepers, vet techs, and IT guys that live all over. That's a fun crew.
Okay.
But they can't go. My sister can't stand our cousin who was raised with us. She literally shared a bedroom with my sister and I for 8 years. Her mom was the second mom for us. And all of a sudden, my sister has decided to cut out our cousin because she is leftist, I suppose, if you will, and is college educated and is 24 and doing 24-year-old things. These two
I'm like, well, where'd she go to school? What are her politics? All right.
These two are BFFs, are the same age, and now my sister will not attend holidays that my cousin is at. So the question is, bridesmaids. My partner has 3 sisters, which puts questions and wrenches in things. Small weddings, 60 people if everyone shows up and brings a +1. Do I pick one of these 3 sisters? Do I make the sister that's closest to him be a groomsmaid? Spitefully, I'm considering making my sister and cousin bridesmaids so they have to shove it for festivities and make it work. But also my sister is no fun. Or do I just make only my college friends bridesmaids because they love me and support me and are fun? Hope this whirlwind was clear enough of an update and also clear enough of a question. Ashlyn, ex-zookeeper, now vet tech, no longer works on Christmas. I can't believe the zookeepers aren't coming. But Eliza, we have bridesmaids options. 3 of her partner sisters.
Okay. Are you close with those sisters?
No.
Is the only reason you'd have them because you don't want to leave them out?
Yes.
Okay. You sit down with, oh God, what do you want? You don't have a ton of money.
She wants her college friends.
Then that's what you should have. End of story. And the answer and the reason is, you're saying you don't want your own sister who's the crazy one that takes all the holidays, and you don't want your cousin?
Well, I think she's okay with her cousin, but she can't. But what she wants to do is have her sister and her cousin both as bridesmaids to make them get along. Your wedding is not the time to do that. Yeah,
that's only going to be stressful for you. I guess the question is, if they were going to get along, would you like both of them?
Yeah.
Because there is a version where you say, I really would like to have both of you. And as a gift to me, I would really appreciate it if you both showed up. However, it does sound like you're signing yourself up for just an absolute headache. Your sister also seems like the kind of person that will like hold a grudge forever, but she also seems just really difficult and exhausting. I think if you want to have your friends, because it's tough, you don't want to have more bridesmaids than you have like guests at your wedding. You don't have to worry about the brothers' sisters. You can simply say to them, like, we have a lot of drama in our family, and as a gift to me, if you could just be cool with it, I would really appreciate it. And I bet they'd be like, okay, cool, whatever. If you're not close with them and you really want your friends from college, that's who you should have. And if your sister says anything, you can simply be like, I didn't have you and I didn't have my cousin because you guys don't get along, and I knew that it would come down on me and I didn't want to deal with it.
How do you feel about
just say that?
The obligation? So she was one of her sisters. bridesmaids or maid of honor. So it's like, is there a quid pro quo there?
I don't think so. I think you will end up having her because she's your sister. And the truth is, it would be really shitty if either of them, it sounds like your sister has most of the drama, made a big deal about it. Standing up there with each other in matching dresses for you should not be a fucking issue. I understand like a bachelorette party not wanting to be that much fun, but like on the day, if they can't set their differences aside, then these women do not love you. So I think it would be fine if you had the friends and the two of them. I think you'll feel better about that because it's really on them if they can't. You need to put as much of that on them as possible.
And put the sisters on your partners. He can have grooms, ladies.
You don't have to worry about these fucking sisters. And you can also like be like, I'm in a world of pain here, so I'm not going to have you guys, but I just want you to know that I like you. Like, but it doesn't sound like you care about them. This idea that you have to, I mean, I had that at my wedding and I had people that I thought I should have because I didn't want to leave people out and it was just dumb. I look back at a picture the other day of my wedding and like two of the bridesmaids are like not even smiling. And I just like regret it so much.
Yeah, I should have been your maid of honor.
I know. Having people as your bridesmaids that actually are not excited for you is a really shitty feeling. So my answer to you is go with the people who will make you feel radiant on that day.
Who you want to stand beside.
Yeah. Not a relative who has absolutely no manners and a friend who is jealous that you're getting married. You should have known that.
Hi, Eliza and Emily. A longtime fan and first-time asker. And Eliza, this is a question we have never gotten. We have never gotten any iteration of this question. It is the most brand new I feel a question has ever been for us, besides naming a child Hannibal. Am I an asshole for wanting to upgrade my bedding? I am a 37-year-old woman married to an amazing man. My husband, 52 male, and I are fairly unfussy people. I believe his unfussy nature was forged during his Navy service in the 90s, and we're not big spenders on household items. But I am growing more and more disenchanted with our bed comforter, which my husband bought for himself after his divorce almost 10 years ago in 2017. There's nothing inherently wrong with the bedspread. It's just kind of ugly. Black on one side, gray on the other. It feels very freshman dorm. I know.
Yeah, that's like a middle school bedspread.
It's a man's bedspread.
In the 90s. Ew, I know the bedspread.
I've tried to suggest we pick out something new together, and he doesn't outright refuse, but his reasoning is, what's wrong with this one?
Black sheets.
I feel badly because it seems frivolous, so I'll forget about it for a while. But August marks 5 years married, and I want to look at our bed and feel happy, restful, sexy. Looking at this gray bedspread he bought from Target when he was alone, heartbroken, and having to rebuild his life after being cheated on feels depressing.
It's like a killer whale. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen apart.
I know.
Oh my God.
Very well made. We have a beautiful marriage, and I want to treat us to bedding that reflects our commitment. That's putting a lot on the bedding. And that feels elevated and comfortable, not like I'm back in the dorms. How can I encourage him to see it that way without insulting him or making him feel like what he's provided me isn't enough? Should I drop it? Help, you ladies rock. Kellen, where's the bedspread you had before you moved in together?
She probably got rid of it because he was like, this is my sister wife, this like Shamu bedspread. Kellen, all you have to say to him is like, I will be more turned on and want to be more intimate with you if I feel better in my setting. It is a chemical fact for women that like we need lovely settings. It's why your mom doesn't let anyone in the living room. It's why women nest. It's like we need, and the older I get, the more I have a desire for nice spaces and sitting in them. 1000% you are entitled to a better bed. 1,000,000,000% you should just do it. If he's attached to it, there's a psychological reason and he needs to like deal with that. You go to him and you're like, I am going to replace our bedding. I will feel better. I will feel happier. I will want to have sex with you more.
Yeah.
And if he says anything other than absolutely, when is it coming? Then something is wrong.
I don't understand why she can't just buy bedding and put it on. And is he going to have
a fit?
A
great place to get bedding is Bowl and Branch. Use code Iliza. Or Quince. Use code Iliza.
Quince.com/Eliza.
/Eliza.
Yeah.
At least do it through us. I'm not even trying to like be weird about it. Do it us and get good bedding. You deserve to look at your bed and feel good. There are billions of pages of TikTok accounts dedicated to that corner of the house, and it's always women. We always want to feel good looking at those things. It does affect your mental health and how you sleep. While you're at it, you should get a new mattress. Who knows where you drag that thing in from? Just do it. I would pull up 3 different ones and be like, which one do you like? We're getting rid of it. It's not even a conversation.
Yes.
You want to store it in the garage in like a plastic bag in case we like need to move a body and put a comfort over it. Great. And you know, and the good news is, if you just do it and surprise him and it's really nice and it's not too girly and it's soft and everything's, and you're like in your underwear when he comes in, you're like, I made it for that. If he gets mad at you, then you have carte blanche to cry and be like, I just wanted us to have a nice bed. And then he'll feel so bad.
My first take was just replace it, but I like your idea that you pick out your 3 top. You just go, hey, I'm buying one of these. You can pick which.
I'm buying one of these. There are so many, especially at Boll and Branch. Like, it doesn't have to be super girly, and they've got waffle blankets. Like, you can make it just so cozy, and then light a candle, dim the lights, like make over the whole fucking room. And make it just so cozy, and light some candles and be in like a cute outfit. And he comes in, make sure he takes a shower and be like, look what I did. There's not a man on the planet, unless like that was the last place he had sex with his ex-wife who he's not over. Like, he will be into it. I think you're making way too, like, mentally, I think you're making a big deal about this. And at the end of the day, he'd be like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah. Cause I wonder if it's just every time she's like, hey, I don't love this, but he's like, oh, it's fine. But if you were like, hey, he doesn't want to deal with it, it's like, okay,
just do it.
Just do it. He's
fine.
You need this.
Get him like a nice memory foam pillow. Get a couple things that he could be excited about while you're at it. Get some new end tables at Article. Get some nice new end tables. Just redo the room. Make it sexy and cozy.
Yeah. How many other things in your home are from his bachelor pad when he first got divorced and didn't know what he wanted?
He's 52 and he was in the Navy. He sounds so manly.
I know.
That's awful. No, we're adults now. No, he doesn't know any better.
No.
That's like when you replace a man's body wash with something really nice, or like Noah doesn't use any face products. Every once in a while I'll give him something. He'll be like, this is nice. I'm like, yeah, come in out of the woods. You know what the answer is? They don't fucking know, and they don't care. And so the fact that they don't care looks like they know something, and they don't.
No.
The same could be said for me about like his cast iron skillet. I was like, I didn't know you couldn't use soap.
I mean, you could also, what my mom did, like, I just got a new rug in my home because it's my mom's old rug. Because she's like, well, actually this space, the rug's a dark color, so it makes this dark hall look really dark. So I actually really need a light rug in here. So why don't you take this one? So then she gets to tell my dad, well, I gave Emily the other rug, so we need a rug for in here. You know, there's always a scheme.
Make all your own money so you don't have to run any purchases by your husband.
Just buy it. Yeah.
Things just show up in our house. I'm like, I decorated this for Christmas. He's like, okay. I'm like, I need you to help me haul in $900 worth of pumpkins.
We just have a little follow-up from, not even a follow-up. Somebody wrote in, and I just love
it's a red hot update.
Kind of. It's a comment. But I love that how somebody has done everything. Like, listeners are spread so across the map. We have someone who knows about ice writing in to comment on the bartender not giving you any ice for Sierra's injury.
Oh my God, Emily. I was like, we have not talked about the political ice situation. That's not. I was like, that's not this podcast. Okay.
No, you thought I was really springing something. No,
actual cubes.
Our listener Shannon wrote in kindly to say, in high school, I worked at a private beach club as a cashier in the cafeteria. The beach club had a little day camp for members' children. The kids would be sweating profusely and out of breath after running around in the summer heat. So the counselors would ask for a cup of ice. Cups of ice technically cost like 32 cents. But this was 2007. These kids didn't have special bracelets to swipe for their parents' accounts, nor did they ever have 32 cents. So I frequently would just sell the ice to the counselor with an employee discount, which made them free. I didn't get fired, but I subsequently didn't get hired the following summer, which I can only assume was due to the ice heist.
Ice heist?
I don't care. I was going to give those kids ice no matter what, and I do it again. The beach club, like airports, was like a simulation where nothing makes sense and the rules don't matter until you accidentally break an insane one. Anyway, love the pod. I'm sure I'll eventually have a question worthy of writing in. Thanks for keeping me laughing week after week, Shannon.
You know, Shannon, I was like very braced for someone to write and be like, you didn't think about the mental health of that Hawaiian airport worker. I appreciate that. I appreciate that things cannot be a free for all, you know, and then you look at Starbucks that's just like handing out cups and cups and cups of ice and water because whatever. And I did think, I was like, well, maybe they like weigh this guy's ice. He could have given it to us in a napkin or just like a piece of it. But also like, if you saw a kid bleeding from the face and you're like, I don't know.
Well, he should have been more like Shannon. Shannon was giving out ice left and right because she wasn't going to follow that stupid rule.
Fuck that guy.
Okay, and then before we get on top of the cob, we have an exciting announcement. We're going to be doing our first Be Our Guest.
Our first Be Our Guest. It is you. Do we say her name?
Yes. Sasha.
Our Be Our Guest, our first Be Our Guest is our lovely listener, Sasha. We're not going to tell you the question now. She wrote in. We got a couple of you guys. We had a lot of you write in, actually. And we have different criteria that we use to pick who would be a good guest. It's got to be something specific, but broad, but fun, enjoyable to listen to. So we went with Sasha. This is not to say that the other people who wrote in won't be picked in the future. And also, please keep writing in. But Sasha will be our live guest, and we're very excited to do it. And we really think this segment's going to blow up the pod. We're going to blow it up.
We're just excited people participate in things. It's really nice that everybody's like, oh, we want to do this. We want judgment to our face.
Yeah. Speaking of participate, you can join our Patreon, which is free. There's a paid tier where you can engage with me and Emily. You can post your coffee. That's on the regular tier. On the paid tier, you get bonus episodes. And we're actually going to go film one right after we do
Top of the Cob.
Top of the Cob.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite. Top of the cob. It's the top of the cob.
Okay.
Oh, that was good.
Starting with bottom, and there's a fan one that I was just like, oh, yes. Randomly getting logged out of a streaming service and having to sign back in. It's
oh my God.
so annoying. Why is it so? I can't know all my passwords.
You'd have an easier time like finding like the lost ark. Like I don't. And like these servers are always down. My Disney Plus app takes a full minute to load. And the TV is like, Sony's like, it's the app. And the app's like, it's your TV. Like you are just fucked as a consumer. Relog back in. If you have a question or need help, try our website. Oh my God.
I hate it.
That is a great bottom of the cob.
So good.
Who said that? Is it anonymous? They didn't
well,
want Big TV to know?
I'll say their name because you're just saying Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. That's
Thanks,
a good
Jordan.
one.
That's just like the perfect kind of like, yes. I will go with cleaning straws. I'm supposed to be out here cleaning straws because then you got to let all the water get out, right? So I'm like propping it up because I don't want stuff to grow in there when it's drying. You can't dry. I just feel like I'm so worried about doing it wrong and letting something build up in there.
Absolutely. And it is, and it will.
Yeah. So I just have glass ones now so I can see.
I have a really good bottom of the cob.
Okay.
My bottom of the cob is that our sink is not at a slant, so nothing slides into the disposal. Oh. Like it's not at an angle at all. So things just sit there and you have to like physically take the faucet sprinkler and like usher things down. And I guess it's like a farmhouse sink. Like maybe they're not supposed to be, but I don't know why they all wouldn't just be at an angle. What are you opening, a Reese's Pieces?
I'm prepping my top of the cob. I didn't know.
And it actually just like takes like a quarter point of joy away that like things just don't naturally drain. That's all.
Yeah, because you have a really nice kitchen, like a very functional, cool, beautiful kitchen. So it's annoying that everything doesn't just function.
I know. Everything's, there's like, that's mine. Okay, go on.
Okay.
Top of the cup.
Well, I'll do fan top. My top is a haircut that makes your hair look fuller and you feel more polished and sophisticated even when you don't do anything to your hair. I think that the ultimate haircut for me is like, I don't do anything and it just looks good.
You have amazing hair.
Thank you.
That you choose to wear like that. I have so much product in my hair right now and like, it's just like, I can do my hair for an hour and it will look absolutely adequate. And you're just rolling out of your layer.
I'm rolling out.
Tentacles of hair.
All right, rolling out. Okay, my top of the cob. This is painted by a rat.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
And they do it for, this was painted by Carrot. their little info sheet. So this woman trains her rat. It's good. Rats are very, very smart. So you need to give them things to do so that they're not just like wasting away. So they paint little paintings. And it arrived literally right before we started recording.
And this is instead of going on a dating app.
Yes. Yes.
It's really cute. And it kind of reminds me of the 90s, that Fuck Jerry cup.
Yeah.
Like that turquoise and purple cup, that 90s.
Because you get to pick your colors. And I picked this because I was like, oh, it's bright.
No, you got to let the rat pick for you. They're smart enough.
I should have. Next time. What's your top?
My top of the cob is, so this episode will be coming out.
This is on the 8th.
April 8th, which is 2 months away for you to get your tickets, not only to see me May 31st at the Venetian. So I'm returning there. I used to, if you're a longtime fan, you remember that I did stand up there when I first kind of started. And I've done a lot of hotels in Vegas. And so we're going back, and it's a beautiful hotel. And not only is that exciting, but they said, would you want to host like a little after party for people to come? And I was like, sure. Can I DJ? Because I've been teaching myself how to DJ. And they said yes. Not only did they said yes, they moved the venue to this bar in the Venetian called Electra. And it's a lounge. And it's like a club in the casino. And we're going to do a little promo for it. I have been practicing really hard on my little like baby Hercules deck. And I reached out to this guy. I get these two guys, but this guy, a DJ that I met in an airport. We became friends. Always talk to people, folks. Always talk to people. And as someone who travels and as a comic, I always can tell who is like a musician or something. They're usually in all black. They have a case with them. And I was like, oh, what do you do? This guy's like, I'm a DJ. And I was like, what's your accent? And I forgot what he said, but he said he was Israeli, but I think he's from Germany. And I was like, oh, I'm Jewish. And we hit it off as friends. And it's two of them. And like, then you just become friends with people, like random musicians. And so I texted him, and his girlfriend's also a DJ. I'm sorry, his wife is also a DJ. And he's like, we'll come over and we'll show you how to use. You need to get a better deck. So I ordered like a industry standard real deck. And hopefully by the time you see me, I will be just as proficient in that deck as I am with my little baby Hercules controller. And that will be my first DJ gig.
That's so exciting.
Electra in the Venetian, May 31st. Yeah.
That's nice. Are you going to try to get some people to come out and support?
All my friends are going to come. Emily, you're going to come. Kara's going to come. It's going to be great. Yeah. So if you head on to the Patreon, maybe I'll DJ a little bit for you.